Hello YouTubers. Well, what has happened? Well, a tale of two fowlers indeed on this Sunday afternoon in the UK. A tale of two fowlers indeed. So, which one have I repaired and restored and got going? Which one is it? Is it 44341 or is it 44521? Which one is it? Well, I'll make it easy for you. That's the dummy one now, which was the original Airfix one included in the collar reset, as mentioned in yesterday's video, and quite rightfully 44341, which is the one that's in the box, which was the recent one I've brought back to life. So all we done was, just as mentioned, I took the brand new motor chassis, which included the wheels and drive wheels, everything on it, which I got from Peter Spares, which hadn't had that much use. It was practically still newish, so I'd hardly run it, which was in the collar reset. I just basically chop and changed it. So basically all we done was take the chassis from 44341, we took it out of there, we boshed it in there, and then the brand new or newish motor and chassis and assembly we took out of this one and put it in that one. The only thing that's obviously better now is that as intended, I soldered and connected the tender pickups, the wires from the tender that go into the loco that you see in the middle there. Those wires are now properly connected up to the motor and the pickup plate underneath there. So all 12 wheels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all 12 wheels on this loco and tender are picking up on both rails now. So we've got a good running loco, and as you saw, it just ran with no problem there, my little piece of test track. But I know that is smooth as a die, because before I assembled it, I not only lubed it, but I also ran the motor in both directions with the pickups connected, and it's sweet as a nut. So very pleased with that. We've got our 4F back as such. I know some of you have commented on the video and said you get the right measurement length for a motor and fit it into that again. I do take on board what you've just said, but there's a reason why I'm not going to do that. Like I said, we all learn lessons in this wonderful hobby that is called model railways, and what I thought at the time was correct, I quickly found out wasn't, in that in my original YouTube video, I'm going to say this in the excuse me, I'm going to say this in the video today, because sometimes, you think you know it all and you don't, and you have to learn the hard way. When I put the original motor chassis from Peter Spares in this one from the collar reset, which is 44523, as you can see the difference here, if I look at this shot here, it's still got the gear cogs from the original Airfix tooling that Hornby pinched, and it's still on there. So that's the original tender chassis with the original tender. And obviously, for those of you that are not obviously aware, if I just bring this down here, excuse me, like that carefully, and just pull it along for comparison, you can see this is the more modern system, which has got the metal wheels, and obviously you can see the wipers resting against the back edges of the wheels there, which provides your pickup system. Whereas compared to the chunky old Airfix wheels there with the rotten rubber tyres on, that you can't put pickups on because it's a plastic wheel chassis. So I knew that at the time, but me being sometimes me, I thought it would work. And although the motor did work, as you've seen in the previous old videos that I've done, it didn't fare too well across points on the new layout. It kept stalling, and the reason is just because there was no pickup in the rear to get it across the dead sections or any dead spots on those points. And when you obviously, if you've got Hornby insail frog points or Pico insail frog points or any insail frog points of manufactured choice on your layout, they're there for a reason, because they need the bits of plastic in those point works to isolate one track from the other. So obviously you get the little plastic dead spot, and certainly the Hornby 040s, those little pocket rockets or the pugs, whatever you want to call them, again, lovely little engines, but they're so terrible at stalling on those points. And the 060 is no exception. It will stall, as I found out. So in answer, a long way round to answering the gentleman's question that put the comment on there recently about measuring up a motor, finding the right one from Peter Spares and putting it in there. Yeah, great idea. But I think what I'm going to do is this, and you are going to laugh yourselves silly out there. What I'm going to do is, most probably, I'm going to source at a later date from eBay. I'll probably get another Fowler, a Hornby one or an Airfix one with the tender drive, and I'll just basically put that back into the colliery set. And expensive lesson, I know, because it cost me a new motor and chassis at the time. I did a little bit of butchering work here, and you know, it's a little bit of a failed project, if you like. Well, not really a failure, but I tried the idea, because nothing's a failure truly in life if you try. It's only a failure if you never try. So anyway, with that said, I'm going to keep this as a little project, and most likely I can either buy second-hand an Airfix Fowler, or the old type Hornby Fowler with the tender drive that's basically reused from Airfix, as mentioned, and do that and replace the whole loco and have that in the set, and just keep this as a little project for something else one day. But there we go. The other option is we can get the body off this and put it on to an Airfix or earlier tender drive version of the Fowler. So we've got the 44523 as correct on there, and just utilise the body. So there's a way of getting this back running either way, or having a tender driven Fowler back in the colliery set. But either way, it's a great little addition to my collection in terms of having two Fowlers back, or one at least at the moment, and this one will be resurrected in some form or another. But I just wanted to show you guys today that, hey presto, we've got 44341 is back in service. We've done it, so well pleased with that. And that will go back in its box, which is here, and that is that. So that's another little job solved. But a little bit of a learning curve for me there. Obviously, that these things happen with the motors. It's a 1 in a million time chance of something going wrong, and it happens. But there we are. So I'm quite happy that it's running again. And like I said, I will most likely either get a second-hand tender drive version of this, as mentioned, or I'll sort it out in the future. But it's not going in the scrap bucket, definitely. That's a complete engine there. Just needs a motor mechanism in there. There's pickup plates on there, so technically all I have to do is just connect the wires up from the tender drive onto the pickup plates, and hey, it'll work again. Anyway, that's for another day. In the meantime, have a great rest of your Sunday, and in the UK it's bank holiday tomorrow, so have a great one, and thanks for all your support, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I'll see you soon in the next vid. Take care.